Damn it, we were so close. It's all that fucker's fault. Felix snapped, looking displeased. He reluctantly left with his men. Soon, the roars of engines could be heard as the cars arrived. When Dustin exited the car, he spotted the trail of blood from the door. A bad feeling arose, and he rushed into the manor. The sight of the meeting room devastated him. Nelson was lying in a pool of blood, his flesh a mangled mess with no clean skin visible. Still, his faint cries could be heard. Run, hurry. Nelson, Dustin paled as the situation sank in. He quickly took out his needles and tried to stop the bleeding. But it was impossible, as Nelson had too many wounds. Realizing the severity of the situation, Dustin began channeling his true energy into Nelson, desperate to keep him alive. Finally, Nelson's eyes cracked open tiredly. "Why, you're back," Nelson croaked. "Is Ms. Hammond all right?" "She's safe." Dustin forced a smile. "That's good." The corner of Nelson's mouth lifted. "I kept my promise, sir. I did what you told me to and protected Ms. Hammond." "That's right, you did?" Dustin nodded frantically. Although he kept channeling his true energy into Nelson, he could still feel Nelson's life slowly slipping away. "Sir, I don't think I can hang on anymore. I'd like to ask for a favor." Nelson's breathing became labored. "Don't be silly. I'm a miracle doctor. I will save you." Gritting his teeth, Dustin inserted a few needles into Nelson's body. Yet, things didn't seem to be getting better. "Sir, please take care of my wife and daughter. I haven't done many good acts in my life. I can only boast about having an amazing wife and daughter. I just can't help but worrying about them, so please protect them." Nelson's voice was growing fainter. "You can tell them after you recover, so hang on." Sweat beaded on Dustin's forehead as he released all his true energy. Suddenly, he threw up a mouthful of black blood. The Septa Mortis was finally taking effect. Don't waste any more energy, sir. I can't hold on anymore. Please, promise me you'll take care of them." Suddenly, Nelson reached out and fisted Dustin's sleeve tightly. The light was beginning to fade from his eyes. "I will. I promise I'll treat Haley like she's my own." Dustin nodded gravely. "Thank you, sir." Nelson smiled. Shakily, he pulled a doll from his shirt and passed it to Dustin. "It's Haley's birthday tomorrow. This is the present I prepared for her. Please pass it to her and tell her that her father W was a hero." With that, Nelson's eyes closed shut, and his arm fell to the floor limply as he drew his last breath. Dustin roared and slammed his fist onto the floor, creating a dent. He never imagined that he'd watch his friend die right before his eyes. Despite his strong medical skills, he could do nothing to save Nelson. Dustin hated how useless he was. He couldn't even save his friend. This made his skills seem like nothing but a joke.